how to achieve enlightenment. And so if we look at all the choices that we have to make, and we just say, it's all the same. All religions go to the same way. It's like saying, you know those game shows, you've got door number 1, 2, and 3, right? And the prize is $1 million, right? It's like saying, hey, choose any door. And on one of those doors is $1 million, right? And you find out that no matter what door you choose, the million is behind the door. Oh, that would be great for you, but it dishonors the human capacity of choice. It's like saying, you know, a lot of you like food. How many like food? A lot of you like different kinds of food. And so, and we never know what we're going to choose, right? So some of you might like Chinese food. Some of you might like, sushi. Some of you might like Indian food over here down at Artesia, right? Some of you might like Mexican. Yeah, that sounds really good, right? And so we never know what you're going to choose, right? So it would be like saying, choose your favorite food. But in the end, we all find out it's all the same food. It's all Filipino food. It's all been Filipino food all along. No, you chose Indian, but no, in the end, you're really eating Filipino. It dishonors our humanity when we say all those religions are the same. So it doesn't matter what you choose. Of course it does. Of course it matters. And the thing with religion is you can group them into two general categories. There's religions that are more on the side of legalism, where you've got to live up to all these rules and regulations and criteria and standards in order for God to accept you, right? So your ability to get to heaven is really based on your ability to obey all the rules. Legalism. And then on the other side, you've got fatalism, where it says you really have no choice in the matter. You may have an illusion of choice, but in the end, it's all up to the higher power to decide. And your choice really doesn't matter. Legalism, fatalism, combinations of the two. You can group all the world religions into one of those two camps, or a combination of both. You can even group some theological persuasions in the Christian faith in these categories. Jesus says, I'm going to bust out of all those categories. And he says, it's not a religious philosophy tied to legalism or fatalism. It's a person living and breathing in your midst that makes all the difference. You see, when Jesus says, I'm the way, no one comes to the Father but through me, he's not saying, you pick anything else and you're dead. No, you know what he's saying? He's saying, from his perspective of reality, that no one else is coming for you. No one else cares for you that much. No one else will relentlessly pursue you but him. No one else will give their life for you the way he has. None of the key personalities in all the world religions have ever done this. Buddha is not coming for you. He'll give you the sevenfold pathway and the Four Noble Truths and tell you to achieve enlightenment, which is really a divesting of all desire, so that in the end you are actually a person that doesn't care about things. Because back here you cared, but now all desire is gone, so now this is heaven, I don't care. Buddha is not coming for you. Muhammad is not coming for you. He'll ask you to obey all the laws and rules and regulations of Islam and the Quran. But in the end, it's all up to him. You never know what he's going to say. You never know what it's going to be. It's up to him to choose whether he forgives you or not. So I can do all of this, and in the end, have him choose against me. Fatalism. Joseph Smith ain't coming for you. Krishna isn't coming for you. And all the other 100 million gods of Hinduism. Jesus says, they're not coming for you. And even if they tried, they couldn't come for you like I could come for you. I'm out to rescue you. The reason he says I'm the only way is because he says I'm the only one that really cares about your life. And so, Jesus today comes to us and he says, I know you've tried many different ways. It may not be a religious system of thought, but it may have been a pathway that you thought was going to give you life. Jesus says, it can't ever compare to to what I've got to offer. And I'm about to show you guys, he says to his disciples, I'm about to show you guys how much I really care. Even before it happens, man, I'm preparing you. But don't worry. I might go to the cross for a little while, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back to get you. This morning, I want to extend an invitation. Jesus says to us, I'm the only way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. And many of us may have tried all kinds of ways. And for some of you, you grew up in the church, and so you're familiar with the language of Christianity. But maybe you're in a place where you've thought, you know what, Jesus, the way that you've set out doesn't seem to be working for me. I want you to revisit that question, because Jesus says the way that I've set out for you doesn't begin with some kind of class. It doesn't begin with some kind of philosophy. It doesn't begin with, it begins with a person. It begins with saying yes to an offer of relationship. So this morning, with every head bowed and eye closed, I want to ask you, is there anyone here who feels